Hey there, grinders. Welcome to the very first episode of the Rise and Grind podcast. And I'm your host, Alex. And I'm absolutely fired up about launching this journey with you today, as this is our inaugural episode. I want to thank you for being one of the first to join on what is going on to become an incredible community of achievers. Today, we're deep diving into what I call the ultimate success trifecta, the perfect balance of hustle mentality, physical vitality, and wealth building that separates the average from the extraordinary. We'll explore how to master your mindset, optimize your physical performance, and build real wealth that gives you the freedom to live the life you want to live. That's live life on your own terms. But before we jump in, let me ask you something that's been on my mind lately. Are you truly driving your life? Or are you just along for the ride? Think about that for a second. So many of us wake up, follow our routines, handle our responsibilities. But are we actively creating the life we truly want? Or are we just responding to whatever comes our way? That question changed everything for me 5 years ago. And at the end of today's podcast, you will have practical tools to start taking controls in a way you never have thought possible. If this kind of content lights a fire inside of you, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button right now, because consistent growth comes from consistent input, and I promise to bring you actionable value every single week. And hey, we've just launched our Discord community where like-minded grinders are already connecting and supporting each other's journey. Check out the link in the description and join us. The energy there is absolutely incredible. Let's dive in. You know, I talk to people every day, people who are struggling to make changes in their life. They want better health, they want more money and greater fulfillment, but they're stuck in patterns they can't seem to break. Here's the truth. The mindset is the foundation of everything. People say it all the time, but most of the times they don't truly understand what it means. Your mindset isn't just about positive thinking, it's about recognizing and dismantling the invisible barriers you've built around what's possible for you. Let me share something personal. 2 years ago, I was working in a soul-crushing corporate job, barely making time for the gym, and watching my bank account hover at the same amount, month after month. I had these goals written down, but I was making no progress. Why? Because deep down I had limiting beliefs about what I deserved and what I could achieve. That breakthrough came when I started questioning my own excuses. Every time I caught myself saying, I can't because of something, or that wouldn't work for me because of something, I challenged that. I was like, is that really true? Or is it just a story I'm telling myself to stay comfortable? Here's a powerful exercise that changed everything for me. Take out your phone right now, open your notes app, write down the 3 biggest goals you have. 1 for your physical health, 1 for your financial situation, and 1 for your personal growth. Now, underneath each goal, write down what you believe is standing in your way. These are your perceived chains. For the next week, I want you to question one of these barriers each day. Ask yourself, is this really true? Who says this has to be the case? Who has already proven that this barrier can be overcome? What is fascinating is that once you start questioning this invisible limitation, you will find them completely self-imposed. The walls around your potential exist mainly in your mind. So, let me ask you this. What's one limiting belief about your capability that you're willing to challenge this week? What's that one I can't? What's that one I don't think I will? Statements that you're ready to transform to how can I? Or how will I do this? Think about it, or better yet, share it on our Discord community, because nothing accelerates growth like accountability. Alright, now that we've tackled the foundation, let's talk about the physical vehicle that carries you through life, which is your body. Here's something I've noticed over and over again. When people get their physical health in order, everything becomes easier. Mindset, productivity, confidence, energy, all of it improves because you're taking care of your body. But here's the problem. Most people make fitness way too complicated. They think they need the perfect workout plan, they think they need the perfect diet or 2 hours a day in the gym and all those expensive supplements. Then they get overwhelmed and do nothing at all. Let me simplify this for you. The truth about physical transformation comes down to 3 simple principles: consistency over intensity, progress over perfection, and systems over willpower. Let's break this down. First, consistency over intensity. I'd rather see you do 20 minutes of exercise 4 times a week than see you crush a 2-hour workout on Monday and then do nothing for the next 9 days because you're sore and burned out. Small, consistent action creates compounding results. Second, progress over perfection. Your body responds to progressive overload, doing a little more than you could before. It doesn't have to be dramatic, guys. Maybe it's 1 more rep, 5 more pounds, or 30 more seconds. Focus on being slightly better than yesterday, not on some arbitrary standard of perfect. And third, systems over willpower. Your willpower is finite. You can't rely on motivation to get you through. Instead, create systems that make the right choices easier for you. Prep your gym bag the night before. Schedule your workout like important meetings. Have healthy foods ready to go. Make the paths of least resistance a healthy path for you. Here's a simple framework you can implement. This is what I call the daily 15 to 15 to 15. 15 minutes of strength workout, 15 minutes of heart-pumping movement, 15 minutes of recovery. That's like stretching, mobility, or meditation. Even the busiest person can find 45 minutes in their day, and this balanced approach hits all key areas of physical development. For strength, focus on compound movements like push-ups, squats, lunges, rows, and for cardio, find something you don't hate. Maybe it's jumping rope, running stairs, or dancing in your living room. And for recovery, never ever skip it. That's where the adaptation happens, The mental benefits of this approach are just as important as the physical ones. Exercise reduces stress hormones, improves your sleep quality, and floods your brain with BDNF, basically the fertilizer your brain cells needs. You think clearer, you make better decisions, and have more emotional resilience. So let me ask you, what's one small change you can make to your daily routine that will make you move towards your better physical health? Can you commit 10 minutes morning walk, prepare healthy meals for 3 days of the week, drink an extra 20 ounces of water? Remember, we're looking for consistency, not perfection. You can share your commitments in our Discord channel. We're all in this together. Now, let's take this upgraded mindset and this energized body and talk about building real wealth, guys. Because financial freedom is what gives you options in life. When it comes to building wealth, there's a dangerous myth that keeps people stuck mostly in financial mediocrity. It's the belief that income equals wealth. But here's the truth. Your income is just a tool. What matters is what you do with it. I know plenty of people making 6 figures who are completely broke because they are caught in the consumption trap. And I know people who have modest salaries who are building real wealth because they understand the principles we're about to discuss. Let's start with the most fundamental wealth principle. The gap between your income and your spending is far more important than the size of your income. This gap is what I call your wealth potential. And do well to maximize this gap, and you're on your way to financial freedom. Here's the formula that changed everything for me. You go income minus savings is expenses, right? Notice I didn't say income minus expense equals savings. That subtle difference is everything. When you pay yourself first, when saving becomes non-negotiable rather than what is left over, financial future transforms. Now, there are two ways to increase this gap. Make more or spend less. Ideally, you'll do both. But here's what most people get wrong. They focus exclusively on cutting expenses, which has a limit, instead of increasing their value in the marketplace, and that has no ceiling. So you can rise as much as you want to. Think about it. You can only cut your coffee budget so much, but virtually there's no limit to how much you can increase your income if you focus on solving valuable problems for others. Now, here's an action step I want you to take this week. Identify one skill that solves problems for others. Maybe you're good at designing presentations or writing content or organizing spaces. Whatever it is, ask yourself, how could I package this skill and offer it to others who need it? This is the seed of side hustle that could eventually replace your main income. While you're building that income stream, also look at your current spending, but don't focus on deprivation. Instead, ask yourself, what expenses in my life aren't actually bringing me joy or moving me towards my goals? Those are the first places to cut. Remember, every dollar you save has already been taxed, right? No taxation in it. Every dollar you invest has the potential to grow indefinitely. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Just think about that. Not because they are greedy, but because they understand that diversification creates stability. Now, let me ask you something important. If you weren't afraid of failure, what's one financial goal you would start working towards right now? Would you start that business? Would you invest in that property? Would you create that product? Whatever it is, identify the very first step. The smallest possible action, and commit to taking it this week. Share your commitment in Discord. The community will help you stay accountable as always. Let's tie all of these pieces together now, because true success isn't just about excelling in one area, it's about integration. The real magic happens when you understand how these 3 areas, your mindset, your physical vitality, and wealth building, how they reinforce each other. Your mindset gives you the belief and the persistence to improve your health. Your improved health gives you the energy and cognitive function to build wealth. And your growing wealth gives you more options and resources to invest in your mindset and in your health. Well, this is not a linear path, it's a virtuous cycle. Small improvements in any area can create ripple effects that makes everything else easier. Think about it. When you're physically energized, you make better financial decisions. When your finances are in order, you have less stress and can focus on your health. And when your mindset is strong, you can overcome obstacles in both areas. Now, here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Your limitations are largely self-imposed. Question them relentlessly. And secondly, physical health is the foundation of sustainable success. Prioritize consistent, simple, and efficient actions. Wealth building starts with creating a gap between your income and your expenses. Then leveraging that gap, to create or generate more income. But most importantly, remember this. Growth isn't about massive overnight transformation. It's about consistent action that compounds over time. If you improve just 1% each day, after a whole year, you'll be 37 times better than where you started. That's the power of compound growth. So what's that one small action you can take today in each of these areas? For your mindset, maybe it's 5 minutes of journaling about your goals. For your health, perhaps it's drinking an extra glass of water or taking a 10-minute walk. And for your wealth, it might be setting up an automatic transfer of $50 to a savings account. Whatever it is, commit to it now, not tomorrow, not when you feel motivated, but today, right after this episode ends. And And if you're serious about making changes that stick, I'll personally want to invite you to join our Rise and Grind community on Discord. The link is in the description and it's on our profile bio. This is where we share wins, walk through challenges, and hold each other accountable. We're just getting started, and I'd love you to be a part of it from day one. If you get any value from today's podcast, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and leave a rating or a review or a comment or share with your friends. It helps more people find this content and join our movement. And don't forget to join our Discord community through the link in the description. Share your biggest takeaways from today's episodes. Ask yourself, ask the questions, connect with other grinders. I'm in there every day. I can't wait to see your post, because this community is going to be a game changer for all of us. Remember, success leaves clues. Surround yourself with people who are moving in the direction you want to go, and the path becomes clearer. Thank you for making this first episode of Rise and Grind such a special one for everybody. I'm honored to be on this journey with you. Next week, we'll be deep diving into morning rituals of top performers. You don't want to miss it. Remember, the difference between where you are and where you want to be is the action you are willing to take today. So stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstance. Start now with what you have and where you are. This is Alex signing off. Now go out there, rise and grind, guys.